Alright, well, I'm sitting here in the dark. Maybe I need to move. Let's see. Is this going to work? Yeah. Close enough. You know what I mean. There's my ice pack. That's how I've been surviving. Anyways. Important part is with my is the driving part. So, because I can't leave until this person leaves, my plans of being able to leave first thing in the morning are really at a mercy of what he or she is doing. If they decide to leave, then I'm, in luck. So one of my biggest problems so far on this trip has been departing on time and sticking to the schedule. I've been leaving camp at like 8 a.m. ish. That's not good. When I traveled to Utah in 2021, I have left every single day, probably no later than, if I had to guess, like 6:30, 7 o'clock. And while, like that extra hour is basically adding up towards the end. And so when you have the whole brouhaha that I've been having to deal with, just plain assholes along the way, throwing wrenches into my plans, it's very difficult to navigate that space. Really difficult. So if I can't leave first thing in the morning, that naturally puts things into motion. So I was talking to my mom today after I came here, and I mentioned the possibility that I may actually skip Gooseneck State Park entirely. What's more important to me is obviously being in Moab, getting to Moab, and I also have to get there safely, and I have to, because I could always come back to Goosenecks now that I'm gonna leave my motorhome here and my Jeep here. Goosenecks is situated right at the kind of place where you could drive to, if you know what I mean. Especially like if you're going and doing some loopy type thing, to-ing and fro-ing, if you know what I mean. So if I don't make it to the Hanukkah Trail, I'm gonna be disappointed that I haven't gone. But I have bigger fish to fry at the moment. So I was talking to a local guy that works at the Love's Truck Center here, and I'm like, so could you give me some guidance on this, like being local and everything like that? They're talking about hail and severe thunderstorms and everything like that, and he started talking about how it hasn't rained in a whole bunch of days, and that the warning is probably more like just a warning, a possibility, rather than actual thing, which is a good thing. It means that I'm not gonna get hailed on, because that's the last thing that I want. But I will tell you that in driving here, I have gained like 6,000 or 7,000 feet of elevation from where I was this morning, and the crosswinds, and it's not even a thunderstorm. Now, that being said, the crosswinds during the derecho event in 2021 in Texas on the way to Amarillo were like 1,000 times worse than what I've experienced today. But still, it is like you're on top of the mountain, for crying out loud. It is very disheartening, coming down slope. Now, I'm driving in the tow haul mode, so it's engine braking, obviously. And all of a sudden, it's just like it starts blowing one direction or the other direction. It is just like plain scary. So, off in the shot, well, like right there's my TST tire monitoring system. And I've been watching temperatures of things, and just making sure that I'm not exceeding, I'm not overheating the RV engine, I'm not overheating the tires. And the rear wheels of this motorhome, specifically on the passenger side, have always given me different readings to the rear wheels on the driver's side. So the way they design these things, it's imbalanced, obviously, because there's fridge on that side, and just the way that it sits. But whatever. So, and I've had same kind of thing with the old motorhome as well. So the temps between the passenger and the driver were off by like 20 degrees. And that's only because of the way the wind was blowing, and like the whole thing was rocking. It was adding additional pressure, and because the road is doing this number, not cool. But yeah, tomorrow, if everything goes well, what I need to do is I need to navigate from this very location. It's in vicinity of Sonora, the town of Sonora, Texas. I need to go from here all the way past El Paso, and then there's like, I think about 50 miles further up, there's a thing called Chiracahua or something. So that's the 450 mile mark. And I have to figure out a way how to get there without all the drama that I've been incurring habitually on a daily basis in trying to drive that distance. Because I very much appreciate coming and parking while I still can find parking, if you know what I mean. Yeah. So what that means is it will place me exactly 1 day away from the Gooseneck State Park, which theoretically means that if I get me to that location, I could get to Gooseneck State Park. But if there's any kind of anything, like for example, I heard that they're supposed to get like a couple feet of snow over by Durango. The weather is so ridiculously weird. That entire side of New Mexico is supposed to be receiving like flooding and severe thunderstorms, and the western portion of Texas is supposed to be getting hail and severe thunderstorms. My safety is far more important. RV is like a giant sail, and if I don't feel safe on the road, I don't need to be on the road. So I'd be looking to get off the road and just waiting for the whole thing to kind of blow over. It's supposed to be going north, like north to northeast direction. I am literally on top of the mountain. It has like like if it wasn't for all the trucks, 360 degrees views. So that's actually kind of cool. The downside is this trailer right behind me as you see, isn't like this RV over there. So I'm not really sheltered on that side, and every single time the wind blows, my RV be rocking. Not cool. But hey, you know, is what it is. If all goes well, this person is going to leave. And if all goes well, I'm gonna be able to leave as well. So the reason why I wanted to park there is, if you look like right there. Okay, so see how in the back of his trailer there's like yellow pylon things? And on the other side of it, there's empty space. So if I could have parked there, I could have just zoop and left. And I looked on Google Maps, and that was like the only spot like that in entire area. This particular truck stop isn't RV friendly. You know, I think what I need to do is, this is when I'm gonna come back, make a video. Oh no, actually I probably shouldn't, because I don't want to be incentivizing people to steal parking spaces from drivers. So a driver, like today for example, I got yelled at by a driver for having the gall and audacity to park. So I probably shouldn't really be encouraging this. Now, by the way, this over here, like what I'm doing, see this? This is what happens when they start getting cranky. You don't want to be anywhere near the cranky people. But yes, what I was getting at, parking like this at the truck stops, you're not gonna be able to probably get away with it, because they will probably slash your tires if you're driving something microscopic, like if you're driving a camper van, if you're towing like a very small trailer. You know, you need to have something big, beefy, so that they're like, okay, I guess it makes sense. Right, so I have like a 30-foot bus plus a big ass Jeep behind it, so I'm actually occupying entire space. And they will, just so you understand, they will block you out of spite. And today I've been blocked multiple times out of spite. So you have to be ready for this kind of stuff, you know? Animosity against RVers is real by the truckers. The weird thing is, there's no official policy from any truck stop that says that only the truck drivers could park there. And I've been reading forums about this very thing, and there's a lot of drivers that have a completely opposite, you know, like polar opposite views on the matter. Some are okay with this, others are frothing at the mouth. Anyways. So what's happening, because I kind of have like a front view seat, off in there's a whole bunch of truckers that are pulling in, figuring out that every spot is full, and then they're trying to leave. and they're trying to weave between all the other trucks. And see, once they start driving fast like this, that's when you know they're really, really crabby. Because normally when they come in and are ready to park and there's parking spaces, they crawl. You know, here's another one. It's absolutely crazy. So, like, they can't park over there. Anyways, getting but yes, I kind of picked like the front row seat to this whole thing. So what I need to do today is get a good night's sleep, for one. Hope for the best tomorrow, and have to figure out a way how to even get to where I need to get. You know, today I had significant weather delays, because I've been blocked multiple times. Inability to pump gas. So that was, oh, by the way, that Louisiana guy, guess who I saw at this freaking Lowe's? Love's, not Lowe's. Guess who I saw? That guy. The probability of running into that guy at this spot, I'm just gonna leave it at that. The world apparently is a very close place. So, and we're like, 250 miles away. Actually, no, not 250 miles away. Hour and 40 minutes away. We're like 120, 130 miles. Something like that. Anyways, we'll see what tomorrow brings. Catch you all later.